Hey anime fans, this is Chris Boltz, and I'm coming in with an article from animecorner.com, or .me rather, about a new way of legally making money through anime and manga, as the title of this article suggests. Now, one of the reasons why I like making anime content, but when it comes to anime content, it's more beneficial for people to look at clips and views of the anime in question as opposed to just looking at stills and everything like that, because anime is a very visual intensive medium. Obviously it's animated, it's got really good, the voice acting, the music, all that comes together to really paint a really good narrative and picture about the anime in question. And just having a still can convey a message, especially when you're looking at the artwork and everything like that. But I think, in my view, when I look at content from a major creator like ViniTube, what really gets me excited about watching ViniTube content is because he's able to play those clips and really convey the anime to you, or whatever video that he's making. That's why he's over 1 million subscribers and still rising. Now, it's very possible to go in there and make anime content and make it very popular, like Chibi Reviews. He does really good content and builds that up over time and everything like that. But I think going the ViniTube route would probably help a lot more content creators. And with that in mind, that's what this particular article is about. But before I do get into the article, do make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that stuff really does help me out. And once again, the name of this article from Anime Corner is New Ways of Legally Making Money Through Anime and Manga Derivative Content. More Katakawa and Kodansha Creator Economy Initiatives announced. This written by Chike Naoani. I hope I'm saying that name right. And I did read this article a little bit before. And here in the second paragraph right here, the creators that actually benefit financially from derivative content have long been enclosed to networks of trusted influencers, companies with weight to throw around, and entities with big money to secure official licenses, leaving gray areas and otherwise disincentivizing culture where it's unclear for most when a company will pursue fans for copyright infringement for making review videos, watch-alongs, or edits. This leaves large amounts of money and opportunity to expand fandom on the table. And I completely 100% agree with that paragraph. I keep bringing up ViniTube because if you go and look at a lot of ViniTube's content, he will have multiple clips in his video that sometimes exceed 30 seconds, can go sometimes up to 1 minute, 2 minutes, sometimes even longer. Whereas when I try to do that, I immediately will get copyright claimed. Now, again, ViniTube has a very huge reach. He's very influential within the anime sphere. I'm just a small nobody and everything like that. But I want to go ahead and cover burgeoning content. I really wanted to put together the 12 most influential scenes in Solo Leveling Season 2. We'll just go with that. My original video started out at about 50 minutes, which is probably averaging about 4 minutes per episode. Well, that immediately got copyright claimed, or rather, YouTube immediately copyright claimed that. And so I had to delete the video and I had to go back and rework the video to try to trim it up. And I was able to get it trimmed down to about a 20-minute video. It still got copyright claimed. It's because Aniplex and A1 Studio, I think Aniplex more so than A1 Studio, will automatically go in there and copyright claim that to prevent it from being aired. However, if ViniTube were to do the same exact video, it would not get copyright claimed. It's precisely because of that paragraph that I just read right there. Networks of trusted influencers. I'm not looking to sit here and say I want to go ahead and show all 12 episodes on YouTube. However, I do really want to go in there and try to expand the reach of a lot of the anime that I watch, because a lot of the anime that I watch is not the same anime that a lot of people watch. I'll try to watch a lot of slice of life. I try to watch a variety of anime. I'll watch a comedy here. I'll watch a science fiction one here, a mech one, isekai. I'll watch slice of life. One of the best slice of life that I'm watching right now is Anne Shirley. Anne Shirley is a phenomenally great anime that I wish more people would actually watch and everything like that. It's a period piece that takes place during the late Victorian period in Canada, and it's a wonderful, wonderful anime that's based on a series that came out several decades ago, and Shirley from of the Green Gables. But if I wanted to show clips and everything of that, and show the wonderful acting, the wonderful music, the wonderful animation, and the wonderful plots of each episode, I'll get copyright claimed. But again, the larger network influencers will probably be able to go in there and do that. But I think it's a missed opportunity from these companies that really limits the reach of their anime. But I think a lot of the companies are now starting to see that, at least with Kodansha and Kadokawa. And Kodansha has partnered with Roblox. Roblox, by the way, is a really huge video game. I don't understand why it's popular, but my kids, they're both adults now, 19 and well, my son will be 21 this year. My daughter just turned 19. They still play Roblox. So Roblox has a huge reach, and within Roblox, you can make all kinds of games. And there's all kinds of content creators out there that simply just play Roblox. Kodansha saw this, and they have decided to go ahead and create what's called the Roblox licensing platform, which will allow license holders to issue licenses to their IP at scale by specifying terms of use, tracking IP usage, and offering licenses directly to creators, and evaluating proposals and automatically collecting revenue. I hope that means that some of the smaller content creators who are part of this $100 million, I mean, they make more than $100 million, but 100 million daily active users number for Roblox players will be able to go in there and participate in that, and not just limit that to just the big content creators. As Roblox puts it, not only did rights holders struggle to discover interested creators, but the nature of the process meant that only a select group of larger studios were able to benefit. Exactly. We need to try to go for the smaller content creators and the mid-sized content creators. You should try to go across that entire band so that people can be able to maximize the amount of reach of getting these licenses and being able to create content that will then in turn direct more people to the anime in question. Now, right here, Roblox is confirmed that Kodansha will license their two most popular IPs, Blue Lock and That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, which are two huge IPs. Blue Lock is a very popular soccer show, shonen soccer anime. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is one of the top 3 isekai in my view. The top 3 isekai once again being ReZero, Slime, and Mushoku Tensei. So them being able to go in there and team up with Roblox to go ahead and create this type of licensing program will certainly be to their benefit. And also going on from that, we go to Kadokawa. Kadokawa down here has teamed up with YouTube to go ahead and announce new rules that will let content creators use clips from anime titles with up to 2 minutes allowed per video for new panty and stocking with garter belt. I don't know about that one, but this one is the bigger one right here. 4 minutes for Rising of the Shield Hero Season 4. Detectives these days are crazy, which I kind of checked out of that one. I might go back and give it a chance again. And I also checked out of this one, See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. See You Tomorrow at the Food Court is a fine anime. It just was too saccharine and too girly for me. Not enough interaction with other characters. I'm pretty sure that there were going to be some other characters coming in, but I thought the dynamic between the two would be interesting, but it really didn't hold my interest, so I kind of just checked out of that. But be that as it may, regarding my personal view on the anime, this is actually a really good start. I wish they would allow just a little bit more to, well, actually 4 minutes would be fine, because it depends on how you go in there and break up the 4 minutes and whatnot. But I think probably what will get lost in translation right here is the fact that you got to go through their content through Kadokawa's creator support program, which is currently only in Japanese. I'll go ahead and click on that and go to the terms right here. So my Japanese is fine, but you obviously can go over here and hit the translate button. I'm using the Microsoft Edge internet browser. I'm pretty sure they have the same thing for Google, obviously, and other browsers. And you can take a look at this right here. And then right here is the creator support program. So you would have to go through all of that to try to sign up. And I'm pretty sure this is probably only limited to Japan for the time being. Hopefully they will expand this over to the United States. I'm pretty sure if you're probably competent in Japanese, they'll probably look at making an exception. That's just a guesstimation on my part. There's no confirmation of whether they'll do that or anything like that. But here's going into the types of content that you can use. You can do clips of content, explanatory videos using footage from the anime, English translation videos of content. So there might be an opportunity for English content creators to go in there and do that. And then IP usage that is also allowed, main footage from the anime, relevant anime content published on the Kadokawa Anime YouTube channel, and anime key visuals, character illustrations, and logos. So that's actually a really cool thing that Kadokawa is doing. I hope they will go ahead and expand this to their entire catalog, as opposed to just limiting it to the 4 anime that they mentioned right here. Well, actually 6 anime. Well, no, 5. 1, 2, 3. No, that was right. 4. Just limiting it to the 4 anime that they have right there. I hope they would expand it to their entire catalog. I keep stumbling over my words there. So yeah, this is actually a really cool thing that they're actually doing. And then Crunchyroll looks like they might also be opening up to this trend as well. We got a message right here that Crunchyroll president Rahul Parini is saying that TikTok, or rather the COO, is saying that the TikTok is a really good example for the younger generation to spend a lot of time creating their own content. So being able to let them go ahead and just use little clips here and there is pretty great. So I think this is actually a really positive development that's coming this way for anime, but I still think a lot more needs to be done. I think overall, and this is probably just for YouTube in general, when it comes to just using small snippets of content, whether it be even music or even just or videos or video games, which really don't have a problem with the video games or anything like that. It's really just comes to the copyrighted stuff from the major studios like Warner Brothers, Disney, companies like that. I think there should be a little bit of leeway that is allowed by these companies, and YouTube should try to work with them to allow content creators, video creators and whatnot, to be able to use this content within reason that will not automatically result in a copyright claim. It's not like we're out there trying to recreate the entire episode of an anime or of an episode of television on YouTube. We're really just trying to go in there and give our thoughts, opinions, and analysis on this type of content. YouTube should try to work around that, because getting a copyright claim and having to fight it, or rather having to relent and just throw away all the work that you did, it really can be debilitating and heart-wrenching, if you will. That video that I made of solo leveling, that took me quite literally 6, maybe 7 hours to go in there and look at each of those anime, cut down the part that I thought was pivotal, and edit that in such a way so that it can fit into a really good format for YouTube, only to have it be challenged by YouTube to say, nah, you can't do that. The content copyright holder is not going to allow you to do that or anything. So this is a really good step in the right direction, but I really think a lot more work needs to be done. But we've got to take the wins where we get them. So this is really cool. Kudos to Kadokawa and Kodansha recognizing that there are new ways to go out there and reach audiences that may not be familiar with their work, and using content creators as a means to go ahead and spread the word and getting that out there for for not only the content creators' consumption to grow their channels, but also to help bring in new sources of revenue for both of these companies. But those are my thoughts on this particular article. What are your thoughts? Are you guys interested in wanting to get involved in this, or wanting to go in there and create your own channels to create anime related content? Or would you be trying to participate with Kadokawa or Kodansha to go ahead and do that? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. And make sure you do like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that stuff really does help me out. And remember, this is Chris Bolts signing off, and I will catch you guys in the next video. You take it easy.